Let's be honest for a moment. No matter how confident or self-reliant a woman may appear, there are subtle vulnerabilities every man should understand. This isn't about manipulation or playing mind games. It's about recognizing human nature and using that knowledge to build stronger connections. And no, I'm not talking about the surface-level stuff like insecurity or jealousy. Those are the appetizers, not the main course. Women, like men, have deeper layers, and understanding their weak points can help you navigate relationships with more confidence and clarity. Now, I can hear you thinking, why focus on weaknesses? Shouldn't I be supporting her? And you're absolutely right. Understanding her vulnerabilities isn't about exploiting them. It's about gaining insight into what drives her behavior. When you know where someone may stumble, you're better equipped to approach challenges with empathy, communicate more effectively, and sidestep easily avoidable missteps. Here's the kicker. Relationships are rarely a smooth sailing. Misunderstandings, conflicts, and moments of doubt are all part of the deal. But when you understand a woman's emotional or psychological soft spots, you're not just her partner, you're her safe harbor during the storms. Plus, let's not kid ourselves. People play games, whether they admit it or not. This isn't about turning women into Rubik's Cubes to solve or treating them with anything less than respect. It's about being smart enough to know what makes them tick and emotionally wise enough to respond with care. Whether you're looking to build a rock-solid relationship, elevate your dating game, or simply become a better communicator, knowing these key female vulnerabilities will give you a massive edge. It's not about control, it's about connection. In this video, I'll break down the top 5 female weaknesses every man should understand. These aren't the things women will spell out for you, but they can transform how you approach relationships. So, stay tuned and learn the secrets that will make you a more insightful, thoughtful, and effective partner. Emotional validation is a woman's kryptonite. No matter how strong or independent she may appear, the undeniable truth is this. Emotional validation holds a mysterious and irresistible power over her. Whether it's a casual relationship, a friendship, or a committed partnership, women crave feeling seen, heard, and valued on an emotional level. It's the golden ticket to her heart, and you don't even need a top hat to pull it off. But don't mistake this for a call to shower her with compliments or grand rom-com style gestures. It's about something much simpler, acknowledging her feelings and experiences without dismissing or steamrolling them. Emotional validation doesn't mean agreeing with everything she says. Heaven knows that's a tall order. Instead, it's about respecting her emotions, even when they don't line up with your perspective. Picture this. She's venting about a stressful day at work. Your knee-jerk reaction might be to offer solutions, like a knight charging to the rescue. But trust me, Sir Fix-a-Lot, that's not what she needs. Instead, say something like, "That sounds so overwhelming. No wonder you're upset." Suddenly, you've become her emotional sanctuary. No armor required. Here's why this matters. Emotional validation is rare. Too often, women are labeled as too emotional or overreacting, and their concerns get brushed aside. When you step in and provide genuine understanding, it creates a bond that's both comforting and powerful. She's not drawn to you because you're solving her problems. She's drawn to you because you're seeing her, truly seeing her. But don't get clever and turn this into a manipulation tactic. Emotional validation only works when it's genuine. Fake it, and she'll see through you faster than a window washer on double time. Listen actively, respond sincerely, and show her that her feelings matter, even if you don't always agree. Imagine this. She comes home frustrated that her boss ignored her hard work. Instead of saying, "Just let it go," you reply, "I can see why that'd bother you. You worked so hard, and it's unfair not to be recognized." Boom. You've just validated her feelings, and she feels understood. You didn't fix anything, but you made her feel valued. When you grasp the emotional power of validation, you unlock deeper connections with women. It's not about changing who you are. It's about recognizing a profound need and respecting it. That's how trust, intimacy, and emotional safety are built. Confidence draws her in, but respect keeps her close. Why is this such a significant dynamic? Women are naturally wired to seek stability in a partner, and confidence offers that sense of assurance. A man who carries himself with poise, makes decisions without hesitation, and knows his worth is a magnetic force, plain and simple. But here's the catch. If that confidence starts to eclipse her sense of autonomy, it's like turning a warm campfire into a raging forest blaze, comforting one minute, suffocating the next. Imagine this scenario. You're dating someone, and you make grand plans for the weekend. She mentions she's busy with a friend, and instead of respecting her choice, you insist on rearranging her schedule to accommodate yours. What might feel like proactive leadership to you can come across as controlling to her. Suddenly, the trait that initially drew her to you, the confidence, is the very thing that makes her inch away like a cat from a too enthusiastic toddler. The secret sauce here is balance. True confidence isn't about bulldozing a situation. It's about leading while honoring her independence. Women admire decisiveness, but they also want to feel their voice matters. If she senses her input is valued and her boundaries respected, your confidence becomes a source of reassurance, not intimidation. Here's a better approach. Imagine she's uncertain about where to go for dinner. Instead of waiting in silent frustration or imposing your choice, you might say, "You've been talking about Italian lately. How about we try that new spot downtown?" Boom! You've taken the lead while showing you're tuned in to her preferences. That's confident, considerate, and charming. Mark Twain would tip his hat to you. Women fear control because it undermines their independence. Nobody wants to feel like they're losing themselves in a relationship. By exuding confidence without crossing into dominance, you show that you're secure in yourself and respect her as an equal partner. This balance builds trust, the foundation of any meaningful connection. When she feels you're someone who can stand firm without overstepping, her attraction to you deepens in ways that even poets struggle to articulate. Now, let's talk about one of the most underestimated truths about women: their near unshakable desire to be understood. It's not just a preference, it's a need that weaves through every corner of their emotional and mental landscape. Women thrive on connection, and at the heart of that connection lies the feeling that someone truly gets them. Think about it. How often have you seen a woman frustrated, not because someone disagreed with her, but because her point of view wasn't acknowledged? This isn't about winning or losing an argument. It's about feeling seen, heard, and validated in a world that often oversimplifies their experiences. This deep-seated need makes communication the cornerstone of any relationship with a woman. She doesn't want to skim the surface with casual chit-chat. She craves depth. She wants to feel safe enough to open up about her dreams, fears, or even the seemingly mundane details of her day, knowing she won't face judgment or dismissal. Here's the beauty of it. We all, at some level, want to be understood. But for women, this need is central to their emotional well-being. When she shares her thoughts, she's not asking for a fix-it session. She's seeking connection, a sign that someone cares enough to listen and understand her perspective. So, when you tune in with empathy and respond with genuine interest, you're not just listening. You're building a bridge of trust, emotional intimacy, and connection that's hard to break. And if you can do that, my friend, you're well on your way to navigating relationships with wisdom and heart. The irony is as sharp as a tack. Women often feel misunderstood even by those closest to them. It's the reason they sometimes spill their hearts to their best friends, or even the friendly stranger next to them in line for coffee. Genuine understanding can feel as rare as finding a four-leaf clover. And if you've ever heard a woman exclaim, "You just don't get it," congratulations, you've stumbled upon her quiet frustration. Understanding this doesn't mean you need to become a mind reader or nod your head in agreement like a bobblehead at a ball game. It's about patience and empathy, creating a safe harbor where she feels comfortable sharing her world. Do that, and you'll stand out, not as someone who merely listens, but as someone who genuinely cares to understand. That's the kind of connection that words can't buy, the kind that makes her feel irreplaceable. Now, let's talk about her guarded vulnerability, her emotional Achilles heel. Women are often pegged as emotionally open, but don't let appearances fool you. Beneath that confident exterior lies a side she protects like a fortress. Sure, she may seem strong and independent, but inside, she's walking a tightrope between wanting to let someone in and fearing the fallout if she does. This guarded vulnerability is her double-edged sword, and most men don't even notice it. Here's a reality check. If she seems distant or hesitant, it doesn't mean she doesn't care. Quite the opposite. Her caution is a defense mechanism honed from years of emotional bumps, bruises, and betrayals. She's selective about who gets access to her inner world, because once you're in, she gives more of herself than you might think. And here's where men fumble the ball. They mistake her hesitance for disinterest, or worse, assume she's playing hard to get. Let's clear this up. Her guarded vulnerability isn't a game. It's survival. She's not handing over her heart to every charmer who grins her way. She's testing you. Can you be trusted? Will you stick around when things aren't easy? Can you handle what's beyond the surface? The hard truth. Too many men rush the process. They expect instant emotional openness, as though trust is a vending machine. When she doesn't oblige, they lose patience or label her complicated. Here's a thought. If you can't handle her vulnerability, maybe you don't deserve her trust. Relationships aren't about convenience. They're about connection. If you're serious about understanding her, prove it. Be consistent. Listen when she talks. Pay attention to the small details she shares, even the ones that seem insignificant. Those are her way of dipping her toes into the waters of trust. Her guarded vulnerability isn't just her weakness. It's also a reflection of your character. How you respond to it reveals more about you than her. If you approach her with entitlement or impatience, you'll never unlock the depth of who she truly is. But if you're patient, supportive, and genuinely invested, you'll forge a connection more profound than you ever imagined. That's not just a relationship, it's a partnership worth having. Her desire for stability battles her love for excitement, a tug-of-war that could rival any Greek tragedy. Women are in a perpetual dance between these two opposing forces, and understanding this conflict is your ticket to navigating the mysterious labyrinth of her heart. On one hand, she craves the warm, cozy blanket of stability. A partner who is reliable, consistent, and provides emotional safety. A rock she can lean on when life gets stormy. But on the other hand, she's irresistibly drawn to the firecracker thrill of excitement, the spontaneity, the passion, the unexpected adventures that keep her heart racing. Here's the twist. Balancing these two desires is like walking a tightrope during a windstorm. Most men stumble because they cater exclusively to one side. Some aim for Mr. Dependable, a title that comes with a trophy of predictability so mind-numbing it could put an insomniac to sleep. Others swing to the opposite extreme, becoming the wild thrill-seeker who makes her laugh and gasp, but leaves her questioning if he'll still be around next week. Neither extreme works, because here's the thing. She doesn't want to choose. It's not that she's being unreasonable or hard to please. She's just wired with a complex emotional blueprint that demands both stability and excitement. And when you understand this, you unlock the secret to her heart. Stability offers her grounding, a safe harbor where she can relax and be her true self. But too much of it, that turns into a monotony she'll resent. Excitement, on the other hand, makes her feel alive, reminding her of life's magic and unpredictability. Yet too much excitement without a foundation. That's just an emotional roller coaster, leaving her dizzy and anxious. So, what's the solution? Balance. If you want to keep her intrigued and emotionally secure, you've got to learn to juggle these two needs. Be the anchor she can trust while occasionally tossing a curveball that makes her heart skip a beat. For instance, after a week of routine, surprise her with a spontaneous weekend getaway. Or, during an ordinary Tuesday, leave her a heartfelt note where she least expects it. These small gestures show her you're more than just reliable. You're also the spark in her life. The beauty of this balance is that it's not about perfection. Women don't expect you to be flawless. They want someone who sees and respects the push and pull of their emotions. If you can become the man who understands her need for stability while keeping her curious, you'll not just win her heart, you'll keep it. Here's the kicker. Most men fail because they think they already have women all figured out. Spoiler alert, they don't. Relationships are not a set-it-and-forget-it kind of deal. If you're not willing to learn, adapt, and grow, you'll miss out on building something truly meaningful. The world is full of men chasing short-term thrills and Instagram-worthy validation. Be different. Be the man who dives into the emotional depths, seeking to understand what makes her tick. That's where the real connection lives. Now, let's get personal. Have you noticed this dynamic in your relationships? Drop a comment below and share your experience. Real growth starts with real conversations, and I'm here for it. Here's one last truth to chew on. Women don't just want love, they want to feel understood. And if you're not stepping up to give her that, trust me, someone else will. Let that marinate. In today's whirlwind of modern life, understanding and applying these 5 key female weaknesses effectively requires a thoughtful balance of insight and authenticity. Start by recognizing that each of these traits, her desire for emotional validation, her guarded vulnerability, her need for understanding, her delicate dance between stability and excitement, and her ultimate longing for connection, must be approached with genuine respect and care. Emotional validation isn't just about listening. It's about actively showing that her feelings matter, whether she's sharing her dreams or venting about her day. Be present, attentive, and sincere. Her guarded vulnerability. Think of it as an invitation to earn her trust gradually. Be patient and consistent, showing her that you're not just interested in the surface, but in the depths of who she is. The tug-of-war between stability and excitement is your opportunity to be her anchor, while occasionally surprising her with moments that reignite her sense of wonder. And let's not forget the power of understanding. In a world filled with noise, being the person who genuinely listens and seeks to understand her unique perspective is a game changer. To apply these principles effectively, don't overthink it. Be yourself, but be intentional. Small, consistent actions matter more than grand gestures. Show her through your words and actions that you value her for who she is, not who you expect her to be. Now, let's turn this knowledge into action. Watch the full video, reflect on these insights, and think about how you can bring them into your relationships. And remember, connection begins with curiosity. Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's continue this conversation. Your journey towards deeper, more meaningful connections starts now. Don't miss the chance to make it count.